All right, cricket fans, are you ready to dive into the biggest stories rocking English cricket right now? We've got controversy swirling around Harry Brook and the political storm that's threatening to shake up the World Cup. Just when you think it couldn't get any crazier, we bring you a masterclass from none other than Bobat, one of cricket's most influential minds. He's giving us the inside scoop on how to build a killer team and his no-holds-barred thoughts on what's seriously wrong with the system. Let's go! OMG, can we talk about Harry Brook for a second? This rising star is getting a ton of heat for English cricket's woes, but is it really fair? We dive deep into all the intense criticism he's facing, and you won't believe the parallels to Ben Stokes' controversial past. You don't want to miss this.
He's 26 years old. Ben Stokes was 26 when Stokes staggered into a club in Bristol in the autumn of 2017, and that moment defined, in some respects, Stokes' career, and what he did since was, in some ways, like a repudiation of everything, that all the mistakes that he'd made in that night and in the build-up to that night, and what you've seen post that moment is Stokes rebuilding his career in a substantial and powerful way. And I hope that Brook, while what happened in Christchurch, was it Christchurch or no, Wellington, is not quite on the same degree as what happened with Stokes, obviously, nonetheless, it's a pretty lamentable moment for him. And I hope that this can be the start of his his redemption song and all the rest of it. I hope that the penny drops for Harry Brook. He's a nice kid by all accounts, just a little bit loose.
Hold on to your hats, cricket lovers. The World Cup is facing a massive logistical nightmare. With the political tensions sizzling between India and Pakistan, there's talk that the final could be moved with just days' notice. Stay tuned as this drama unfolds.
And so you have this curious situation with a World Cup final coming up in 6 weeks from now, and it could be played at Ahmedabad, at the stadium that bears the Prime Minister's name, in front of 132,000 fanatical Indian fans. Or it could be played at Colombo, if either, at this rate, Pakistan or Bangladesh get to that final. And that...
You won't know until the week the final takes place.
You won't know until Wednesday night ahead of the Sunday game. So you imagine being in Colombo, just like a punter, you know?
Ever wondered what a director of cricket actually does? Well, buckle up, because Bobat is about to spill the tea in his expert masterclass on team building. His secret? It's all about starting with analytics and not just picking famous names. That's the magic key to success.
Well, look, but even that question itself is interesting.
Might be blown out of the water.
No, that question itself is interesting, because it's tempting to start with names, and that's quite a dangerous place to start.
Do you start with components then?
Yeah, so
attributes.
Me personally, I would start with, are we clear on analytically what it might take to win a competition? Are we clear on how we want to play? And that's a bit about identity and playing style. And then you try and look at how do you structure your team. And because of an auction, you have to pay attention to, in my opinion, supply and demand.
Right.
And you can really want a name that might not be in much demand, and you might have secured them as a signing before the competition and overspent on them. And the opposite could also be true, that you might really want a player that's in high demand and you've left him to the auction, and it's going to be hard work to get them. So you really have to pay attention to supply and demand, I think.
Bringing a player through on a relatively smallish fee and seeing them blossom, that's got to be the sweet spot, right, for somebody in your position.
Yeah, it is appealing. You might have instances where you find either undervalued talent or unknown talent, and you can get them at a decent price, and then obviously they end up doing well for you, and it turns out to be a good investment.
If Bobat had a magic wand, what would he change about English cricket? You might be surprised by his answer. It's actually not a scheduling problem, folks. It's all about volume. Profound, right?
If you could click your fingers and change something fundamental about English cricket, in all its glory, if you could change something about English cricket overnight, what would it be? Magic wand.
Well, look, a lot gets made of the schedule. Internationally and domestically, a lot gets made of the schedule. And our domestic schedule is providing real challenge right now. And people will be easy to go, well, it's the 100 and it's the thing that I'm a part of now. Like, people can say whatever they want, really, like, that's fine. I think we've got a volume of cricket challenge. I think there's, we don't have a scheduling problem, we have a volume of cricket problem. You reduce the volume of cricket slightly, the schedule sorts itself out.
And what's the knock-on effect of that? What's the problem? What does it mean, having a volume of cricket problem?
Well,
for players in particular.
Yeah, I think ultimately players and coaches and support staff, they don't get a chance to plan and review effectively. They don't get a chance to refresh and recharge.
From the whirlwind of player controversies to geopolitical dramas, cricket is smack dab in the middle of a complex, pivotal era. It's a roller coaster, folks. And it's not just about the players. It's about the hectic schedules and systemic challenges facing the sport. What a time to be a fan.